Hey guys, Dark Simorgh here doing my deck profile for my brand new Chaos Stun anti-meta build. A deck like this is basically designed to keep your opponent from being able to do anything by shutting off their main engine, so to speak, whether or not be searching through the deck, or not being able to sort of summon, or stopping monster effects, or basically just keeping them, every time they try to do something, you always have a response for that. So this is a Chaos build, not Twilight. But decks like this can definitely stop Twilight, Gladiator Beast, Omni Heroes, um, Disaster Dragons. no, so it can definitely handle a lot of the top meta decks. It can definitely stop Plant Synchro in its tracks. Especially with a good side deck, you can stop just about anything with a deck like this. Now, on the top here, this is actually isn't supposed to be Dandelion. My Blackluster Soldier isn't here yet, so around town, I've just been using Dandelion as him, as the cute, adorable version of Blackluster Soldier. So that's BLS. Then we are also using Neospatian Granimal. Self-explanatory, great card. Allows you to get over just about any real problems very nicely, especially Synchro is great. 3 Chaos Sorcerers, special summon him and start dealing with problems on the field immediately. Cyber Dragons, so when you start to lose field control, or you want to play around with your opponent's field, or just dark hole everything, and it's Cyber Dragons, a really self-explanatory card. Running him at 3, actually, love it. Then I am running Thunder King Ryo, stop your opponent from searching, negate a special summon, 1900 beat stick, light, target, great card. I am using Breaker, the Magic Warrior, and just back row hate, 1900 beat stick, dark target, 4-star. It really works quite nicely with him. I am also using 2 Doom Caliber Knights. 3 is too much because your opponent would start to bait these out to get them off the field. So 2 is just where you need to use it. I also use 2 Kaiko the Ghost Destroyer. These are great for when you're heck, even when you're doing a mirror match and going against any Chaos builds, or if you're going against Light Sworns, this is a great card. Or any other deck like zombies that need the graveyard. DD Warrior Lady, she is a great surprise for your opponent. Whether if she's set, that's a great surprise, or just attacking into stronger monsters, taking the battle damage, but getting rid of any problem cards on the field. She is perfect at that. And then False Ludina is great because it stops your opponent from special summoning, and when he's flipped, you destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Considering this deck does not special summon very much beyond Chaos Sorcerer and BLS, Dandelion, and the few exceeds that you might go into. Beyond that, False Ludina usually is just going to hit your opponent very hard for a nice face-down surprise, so running 2 of him. Now for spells, we are running Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, 3 Potted Dualities. You're almost never special summoning, so it really doesn't clog the hand. Now, I particularly do not like back row, so I personally run 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, and my deck, in a weird hypocrisy, actually runs pretty heavy back row. That's why you're not seeing a heavy storm, because playing around that with the back row that I'm running is too much of a pain, so I'm using 3 MSTs and then 3 breakers. If you don't want to run 3 MSTs, drop 1, replace 1 with a Gores or something like that. That'd be my best recommendation. Any other decks that I've seen doing this usually just run 2 Smashing Grounds, but I'm actually running 3. Great for getting over really just about any problem your opponent is giving you in terms of a monster. It's a great card, honestly. I've also seen them running Threatening Roars. Instead of running Threatening Roars, I've decided to run Compulsory Evacuation Devices because it is a much more multi-purpose card and is a chainable trap as opposed. Oh, so is Threatening Roar, but I find that Compulsory has a lot more uses. Especially getting rid of things that can't actually go back to the hand, like fusions or synchros or XYZs or any of those kind of cards. I find that Compulsory is very nice. Not to mention, you can also save your own monsters if need be with this card. Very good. Saved BLS from Dark Hole with this. So, I mean, it's a very useful card. Running 2 bottomlesses, keep your opponent from summoning. Also running 2 Solemn Warnings. Personal preference here, running a Black Horn. This is just my personal preference. Criticize it if you want. My best recommendation, instead of running Black Horn, if you don't want to run it, run Solemn Judgment. I don't like Solemn Judgment. I don't like paying half my life points, especially if I get it way too early in the game and I'm paying $4 grand for, a Dark Hole early. It's just, I don't like it, so I'm running Black Horn. But if you don't want to run this, run Solemn Judgment. That'd be my best recommendation. I'm running 2 Dimensional Prisons and a Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder is also a personal preference. I just like the fact that the effect damage can straight win you the game. It's pretty lousy to just flip this, and that's all you needed to win, was just sitting there and attack back at them. If you're not going to run that, just run a 3rd Dimensional Prison. That'd be my recommendation. And then a Mirror Force and a Torrential Tribute. And that is the Spell and Trap lineup. The deck does very nicely. Stops just about everything that I duel, that I've dueled thus far, and is just really good at doing what it does. Just keeping your opponent completely in check. Whenever they try to do something, you always have a response for it. You always keep their field at least equal to yours. You're always minusing on them. It's a pretty easy deck to run. Once you figure out what it is that you're dueling, you just know what it is you got to focus on and get it done. So that's the main deck, and my little parade of XYZs right here. Instead of running Fossil Dyna, I was recommended to run Jogan the Spiritualist, which I believe is a 3-star, so that's why he's in here. So I might run that. I'm going to play test that a little bit and see how I like it. I'm also running 2 Zen Meisters, and then 3 Utopias and a Tyrius for those Cyber Dragons. It's happened. It's been actually pretty good to go into Tyrius on stacking 2 Cyber Dragons, or mind controlling something from your opponent. Well, if you side deck that in. Recommended cards for side deck that I'm working on right now. Definitely Effect Veilers. That'd be good for decks that abuse the heck out of monster effects. Effect Veilers, King Tiger Wangus, and just basically any other anti-meta cards that would be really good at stopping your opponent's plays. This has just been a really short deck profile brought to you by Dark Simorgh of the Trinity of Darkness. And, rate, comment, subscribe, leave any comments below. Try to keep any and all comments on the deck at least somewhat constructive. Not just like, dude, the hell are you doing running all these traps or whatever the hell. At least try to provide an argument as to why I should not run Blackhorn, even if I want to run it, just to stop inherent special summons and save my warning for the Master Hyperion play and blow this on the Cyber Dragon instead. So at least try to defend, what you're saying. If I want to run my 3 MSTs, whatever. But that's the deck. So, thanks for watching.